welcome to another edition of Boston, everybody. It's yours truly, CB, alongside the one and only Donnie B. And returning once again in the hot seat, we've got the one and only AD, the main man, Cap Rooney. We're back at it again, boys. Another successful playoff weekend for us two, at least. Let's kick it off. I mean, first, I want to salute, we're drinking Claws today because there's no laws, but a big old salute to them boys. You know, we heard all this thing, they're going to come into town, and, Dak Prescott talking about, Cowboys deserve a Super Bowl. And he's like, you don't want to talk about Super Bowl too much because you know what happens? You get snagged by a 7th-round quarterback that just kind of comes in and teabags you right at the end.
Big cock Brock.
That's it. I like that.
And the Cowboys are known to blow in the playoffs all the time, so I wasn't surprised at the result.
27 years in a row. 27 years in a row. What do they have to do to... Jerry Jones is like, I'm sick. And I'm sickening.
Maybe it's a Jerry Jones problem.
Maybe it is. Maybe Jerry Jones just needs to go away.
I'm just waiting for him to trade Dak Prescott at this point because he can't get it done in the big games.
Yeah, but no one's taking that contract.
Nope, no way.
So let's break that down a little bit. We'll start with the Dem Boys and their big flop again against the 49ers. Did you watch the game? What did you think of the game? Where did both these teams shape up? Obviously, the 49ers have a tall task ahead this weekend. So let's give me your thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys and what do they have to do next season to kind of redeem themselves?
I mean, for them, the only way to redeem themselves, I would say, is win a Super Bowl because, that's what they talk about every year. And, they make such a big deal about the roster they had, saying this is a Super Bowl roster. But clearly, it wasn't. So I think they need to find more ways to retool. I would say especially on their offense because it's really just CeeDee Lamb and Tony Pollard, and that's it.
And Tony Pollard just got injured. I don't know how bad it was.
Fractured his fibula maybe.
Okay, that's not as bad. If it's an ACL, it's
or a tibia is one of the two.
It's like 9 months, or you usually miss the start of the season.
Yeah, there's no surgery. I think they said for it. So
yeah, he'll be all right.
They got no shot.
I don't think so. I mean,
they're taking a massive step back. They have how many free agents? They can't sign them all.
No.
Can't sign them all. They're trash. They're going to be in 3rd place in that division next year.
Yeah, and Dak just can't get it done. He's got the same playoff record, identical to Tony Romo at this point.
Yeah, Dallas has kind of just stayed the same for too long, whereas other teams have come up. So, and they haven't done anything to, make a splashy move to make themselves better. Just keep riding with what it is, to keep the same coach. And Jerry Jones, I think, is just delusional at this point, thinking every year he has a Super Bowl roster, when clearly, I would say at least on offense, he does not.
I agree, and they need to do something. Otherwise, I don't know, and I don't care because I don't like the Cowboys.
Honestly, if Washington gets a quarterback, Dallas could be looking in last place next year.
Could be. I mean, Giants are pretty solid. They got a good coaching staff.
A lot of cap space too.
Yeah, so they can make some moves and make some things happen there. In Washington, I think if they get a quarterback, I don't know if they're going to bring back the XFL guy again, Taylor Heineke, but they looked okay with him. But
could be Garoppolo.
Could be.
He could end up in the East.
Or they roll Sam Howell, but I think fans are at the point where their roster's too good to
they want to win now.
Bank on a rookie quarterback to take them far. So they definitely have to bring in a more reliable bet, like you said, like a Jimmy G.
Yeah. So let's shift things over to the Purdy party out west. Congratulations to you guys. And I'm sorry to say this would be a short-lived celebration.
Oh, yeah, we're not going to celebrate the NFC Championship that much because we got bigger goals. We're not like, Philly. They're just happy to be there, So good for Philly. It's unfortunate for that city that's going to come to an end this weekend. But we got bigger dreams. We're big boys now. We're big boys.
I know. I mean, we have dreams and nightmares too because we did this.
Yeah, you guys are so
we know
corny.
all about this. We
Corny.
did this thing like 5 years ago. When was the last time you guys won a Super Bowl? Like 1979.
I like 94. Oh, you win one Super Bowl, now you're a big shot? 5 years ago? One Super Bowl, you're a big shot. Okay.
I was going to sit back there and enjoy my ring from last year.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Philly is, I'll keep my comments to myself, but
okay,
we got this.
We'll celebrate. We'll see what happens.
I mean, real quick, didn't Dallas put up 40 on you guys with that trash team? 40? Did you guys lose to Washington?
We also had a backup quarterback playing, and we still.
Whoa!
Like that.
Hold on. You want to talk about backup quarterbacks?
Uh-oh.
We're on a 3rd string rookie, Mr. Irrelevant. Don't talk to me about backup quarterbacks. If Minshew can't get it done, then that's on him because we got Brock Purdy coming in, tearing it up, doing things that's never been seen before.
I think Brock Purdy, and a good thing, is the exception, not the rule. I mean, otherwise we'd see this every other year. Somebody that gets hurt, a backup comes in, and they're just as good. They usually fall off a cliff, but I mean, I think you guys really struck gold with that guy.
It's a steal.
Well,
So
so
the
the thing hasn't happened since Tom Brady, really.
It reminds me a lot of
Yeah.
that. So the question is, what happens next year for you guys? Do you keep him? Do you go back to Trey Lance? I mean, obviously Jimmy's gone, but
Jimmy's gone, yeah.
what do you do with Trey Lance? Do you trade him? Try to get a draft pick?
No. I think you take. I mean, unless someone blew us away with like a 2 first round, which is not going to happen. If they did that, then yeah, sure. But we got a great problem. You got 2 quarterbacks on rookie deals. You use that to your advantage. And if one goes down, well, we got one to step right back up. Obviously, Brock's going to go into, in my opinion, as the starter. I mean, how do you not give him that? Especially if he gets to the Super Bowl. There's no way you put him on the back burner. So I think you maximize that rookie deal. Two quarterbacks on a rookie deal, very cheap position for us next
you pay
year.
him like $14 an hour. That's
Purdy's
great.
one.
Come in there.
Yeah, he
Purdy's
makes-
one's extremely cheap.
He
They get
makes
a 15-minute break.
He
It's
makes
great.
$700,000 this year, which is obviously nothing in football
Yeah.
terms. So you
I hope they give him
maximize
some
that.
kind of, if they end up winning the Super Bowl, give him some kind of special bonus or something.
He'll probably get some
that.
like roster bonus or something. They'll give him for next year. They'll make right with him.
I mean, do something. Have a lady show up at his house, or like, come on, you got to say thanks. You know, like you
Yeah.
got to do the right thing.
They'll be all right.
Millionaire Deshaun Watson case here.
Not like that. No, it's all compliant. But you got to do something. You know, get him a lifetime supply of like snack pack or something like that. Got to do something.
Get some Dunkaroos for life or
You
something.
can, yeah. Look at, he looks like he's like 14 years old. He probably
He's
like
got a baby
enjoy
face.
that.
No, we'll be good. We'll be fine. It's
So
a good
what do you-
problem.
A great problem to have for sure.
Yeah.
Do you think let's say, because we've seen this with like a Nick Foles who gets hot and he looks like the next second coming, and then you put him in a different situation, not so much. So do you think Brock Purdy next year is a starting quarterback in the National Football League?
For the Niners, yeah.
You think so?
If he gets to the Super Bowl, I don't know how you can justify benching him. Unless he shows up fat and can't throw the ball, he's going to be the starter next year. At least he's going to start the season that way until...
Yeah, I think they're going to go with an open competition in camp. And
It
just
may
see
be
who wins.
open,
That'd
but-
be my guess because they invested such a high pick in Lance. They can't just give up on him right away.
Yeah, but I think the leg's up on Brock. He's going in there as the starter. Like, Lance is going to have to outplay him in offseason.
Football is a very momentum-driven game. And I saw some article that I said, absolutely they should not do this, but they were talking about possibly Jimmy G being ready for the Super Bowl, coming back.
I saw that.
Well,
yeah.
he would be the backup, which is fine.
I was like, absolutely not make him the starter. He's
No.
rusty. Why would you take the momentum off a guy who's,
Yeah.
7 in
Well,
a row,
that's
10 in a row?
yeah,
or something?
that's the media hyping up. Shanahan has come out and said Garoppolo, if he does come back at any point during his playoff run, he is the backup.
But then you wonder, too, like, say you get to the Super Bowl and Brock Purdy struggling, how long is his leash with the vet Garoppolo there?
Yeah, I mean, if he's struggling for 2 quarters, you're going to make a move. So it's a good problem to have because I'd rather have Garoppolo be the backup than Josh Johnson. So
Another XFL alum.
He's a journeyman.
NFL journey has been like
all
basically
around
every
the
team in the
league,
league.
Has been, yes, since 2013 or 2009 or something. He's been around the world and I. It's a good song by Lisa Stansfield from 1990. Been around the world and I.
Should we
Yeah.
fact check
Yeah,
that
you
year?
fact- 'cause last
Because
time
last
we
time we
were
got you.
All right, let's check it out.
All right, I don't even know the song. Hold on.
All around the world, Lisa Stansfield. I'm going to say 1990.
All right,
Put
let's
it
see.
up right there.
Let's see.
But you know that song?
No. All.
And they remixed it with a Biggie song. Been around the world, nah.
Who's it by?
Can player hater.
There it is, Lisa Stansfield.
Yeah,
You said 1990?
I did. Yes. Yeah, I got to
Let's
redeem
see.
myself from last
Stumped him again.
Get the hell outta here,
Nineteen
week. Get the
eighty-nine.
fuck out of here.
You know what?
He's
He's
on a
probably
losing
been
streak.
wrong this whole time. We
Yep.
just weren't fact checking him.
Yep.
That was it must have been a single in 1990. But
It
must
was
have
released in
recorded it.
'89. Why would the single come out after the
It
album?
comes out sometimes.
So it's on the album and then it comes out as a single after?
No, it must have been December
They
31st.
stagger this.
Yeah,
They
at
stagger the
11:58.
Yep.
All right, here's an example. Like the song "Take Care" from the Drake album with Rihanna. That album came out in like late November of 2011.
Do we have to fact check
I don't
you
think it
on
was
that one, too?
it wasn't a single until like 2012. I mean, you can look it up.
It was released October 16th, 1989.
all right at the end of the 1989.
It was 1989.
Yeah, 89's 89.
It's a different decade.
I know. I was born in 1989, so I'm like I was
Again,
crawling in the playpen.
Carl, you are in a slump,
That's a
buddy.
young crawler.
Damn it!
You are in a slump.
Give me another one. Give me another one. All
You
right,
give me a song. All right. What kind? Any genre?
All right.
You pick it. Pick a song.
All right, let's go. I'm on the outside. I'm looking in. Stained. 2001.
What's the name of the
Of
song?
course you know that song.
Yeah. He's picking the ones he
Outside.
knows
Outside
nothing
by
about.
Stained.
Nice picking the easiest ones that he definitely
No,
knows.
yes, all right. You guys pick the song.
You said what year? 01?
2001. So the break the
Yeah,
cycle.
it was. Yeah.
cycle.
Okay, we're going to change that. All right.
You ask me a song, and I'll tell you the year.
What
You
about
pick
Thriller? Thriller.
Yeah.
from Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson.
83.
83?
Yes.
Let's see. I hope you're wrong. 82!
Get the
82!
It come out like December 31st, 1982.
Let's
Come
see.
on now.
I gave you what should have been an easy one. It came out December 2nd. Oh, now, hold on. Oh, no. The music video did. So this is before the music video. The music video came out December 2nd, 1983. So a year
See,
later.
That's what I said.
You're
It
in
was
a
a single in
No,
1983.
no, the music video. You don't have a music video before a song.
All right. Ask me again.
All right, what's another? Get another song.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Let's go 84. You guys just hitting me over the head with a baseball bat.
Well,
tonight.
you're asking for it.
I
You
know,
what he's
because I'm
saying.
going to redeem myself.
What year did you
Double or
say?
nothing. 84.
Not even close. 75.
Oh shit.
He's been wrong this whole time. We just let him go. I think he's some guru.
Shit artist.
Unbelievable. You're just full of shit.
Give me another one.
All right, one more. All right, let's get one more. Let's go to Vinny.
Do something a little more modern. Come
All
on.
right, all right.
We can't let him pick because it'll just pick something.
I know. I'll pick something I definitely know the answer to.
All right, how about hold on, what's it called? Oh, I can't think of the song name.
Until the Day I Die Story of the year 2003.
No, we're not
Page
going
album.
with that. We're not
Page
going
Avenue.
Off your own
Yeah,
iPod.
notice it's one you just came up
I
with.
did, yeah.
What about Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park? When
Easy.
did the album come out?
2000. Easy.
Easy.
2000?
Yes.
Last week was wrong.
Yes.
again. Oh, you got
Late
one.
2000. It came out in like October
See,
or November of
that's
2000.
too easy because we grew up on that.
Yeah.
What are you trying to pick something from like the Prohibition or something like that? Somebody comes out there with a trumpet.
What's My Age Again by Blink 182.
1999 off the Enema of the State album.
Ooh.
What was it?
What's My Age Again?
It's off the Enema of the State album in 1999.
No, I asked the song, not the album.
I gave you all of it.
So 89?
No, 99.
Yeah, it's 99. Mm-hmm. Now he's acting all confident. I mean,
Yeah, see,
we're
come
giving.
back.
No. See,
We gotta make this a game and tally it. Like
Yeah, we'll make it a game show for you.
well, you know what? Those I'm not giving.
next episode, come up with a bunch of songs. I won't know what they are.
I'm not giving you credit for that because those are songs that we grew up on, so it's easier.
What do you want me to? You want me to not like?
I mean,
have stuff from 1965?
you portrayed yourself as this human jukebox.
Is
You're
that
like,
still them?
yeah, 80s, 70s. So not shit that when you were in middle school, it's
They
easy to
produced
pick up.
millions of songs a year. How many do you want me to remember? And I'm
You,
from the
I didn't
neighborhood.
say you're the human
Know-it-all.
jukebox. You said that you're this genius.
You claim this is your life skill. If you had one, it's this.
I am.
He's like Kenny with the UFC main matches.
All right. Next episode, come with a list of songs. Don't tell me what they are, and quiz me live, and I'll
Should
tell you
pick the
the
most
year.
obscure songs ever invented.
No, don't pick like somebody that recorded like in their mother's garage, like some indie rock label. Pick something that it's a song that's somewhat known, and I'll see what
So you
I'll
can
be right here. I like a little competition.
Why are you rubbing your nipples
I feel
right
it
now?
right here because when I get challenged, I get a little aroused. So
And you failed.
Yeah.
all right, 0-1. All right, but I'm gonna come back.
We'll
It's
see.
comeback
We'll see
season.
about that.
Comeback season.
Technically, you're 0-2 right now because you were wrong last week.
You missed 3.
Yep.
1 last week, 2 today.
Yep.
Look at this. It's like you're double teaming me here. You see this? Boss man boss. Help me out
I'm
here.
not on your side.
I mean, if you're going to portray yourself as something, you better come with it.
All right,
You
I'm
failed
gonna
us.
I'm going to bring the heat.
You failed us.
I'm going to bring the heat next week.
He's
Disappointed.
gonna buy like a music encyclopedia book over the next week and just study it.
He's going to go to the nearest FYE, if there is one anymore,
FYE?
and just go through every album in there.
All right, that's a fun topic. Let's stay there for a minute. What are your like FYE memories, or what other stores do you remember that are out of business?
Blockbuster.
Oh, yeah,
Blockbuster.
That was the
Blockbuster's
best.
Definitely the number one.
I can still smell it right now when I think about it. You
it's
walk
the
in, the popcorn, all the DVDs and or VHS, I
Even
guess
the
at the
smell
time.
of them, like the smell.
was-
like
Had
when
that
you crack
plastic
those,
Smelled
smell.
great. The video games, I rented so many video games from there. I probably still owe one and or have it and probably still have to owe it, but
Well, they've
you can't
liquidated
pay.
Chapter 7,
I mean,
so I don't
Can't
think
pay
you owe it.
anything
I
back.
don't think you owe it anymore. You would owe it to some like
I'm in collections
agency.
somewhere. So I got like Beavis and Butthead Sega Genesis game.
Some fucking collection agency from like the middle of like somewhere is going to show up at your house.
Yeah.
You're like, in 1998, you rented, Grand Theft Auto 2.
In 1998.
Man, you're just way off today.
No, all right, no. I said Grand Theft Auto 2. So I know Vice City was the fourth one that came out in 2002. So I don't think I'm that far off.
Let's see. You know what?
Quiz me again.
You say GTA 2?
2.
Yeah.
So if the fourth one came out in 2002, I think 98 is somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here we go.
Here we go again. God, I'm getting
99.
come on.
Nah, you're in the
I
ballpark.
was in the ballpark. I just freestyled that too.
I'm sure you did.
I'll give you that one.
I'm gonna call it that collection station to make them shake you down for that $3 they owe you. The interest is probably $42.
With inflation, I probably owe a mortgage now. I'm definitely not getting my own house.
But yeah, I actually worked at a Blockbuster.
Did
in
you?
2006 for like 5 months.
Must have been awesome.
Is that when they shut down?
Well, then I was like short like $100 by accident, so they
By
almost
accident?
fired me, and then I cried in front of the guy. And I begged him to let me stay.
sorry.
And he let me stay.
my
It was embarrassing. I know. I made like $5.50 an hour.
How old were you?
16.
And you cried in
I
front
cried in front of the manager, who was like 17 years old. He literally went to high school with me.
Oh my God.
Like I was at Steiner, and the manager also went to Steiner, and I went in, and he's like, no, I think I missed I just missed a date on the calendar. I don't know. I just didn't see it. My name on it. I no show.
no show.
And I go and show up. I'm going in. I got my khaki pants on and my blue shirt tucked in. I'm like, Carl's here to work. Stack DVDs on the shelf. And he's like, yeah, you missed Saturday. You weren't here. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, you're on the schedule, like right here. You just missed it. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. He's like, well, Craig told me to fire you. And I'm like, oh my God.
Is that your first job?
My first.
Please, don't do it.
You still have that blue polo or whatever it was, blue shirt?
I wish I did. That'd be a collector's item now. Maybe in my parents' attic somewhere.
I still have my funnel cake polo from Trent Thunder.
Really?
Still fits. It must have been huge back then, but I still have it.
remember
Batter up funnel cakes.
I worked at, I did cameras and I was in the press box.
That's where I first met you.
Yeah,
Not like
yeah.
formally, but I knew of you because of being there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but I got my batter up funnel cakes polo still. I might have to wear it next time.
I dated
Shout
somebody
out.
that worked in the store there, the gift shop,
Did you?
back in like the day for like 2
Did
weeks.
you get any good merch?
No, I didn't. We'll just leave it at that.
Oh,
That's why
my
they last
God.
long. He's like, you're not getting me anything good on
Yep.
this. This isn't going to work.
That's
it.
great.
All
Love
right,
Trent Thunder.
So let's kind of steer this back into the playoffs a little bit. The Bills kind of burned out a little bit. They had a lot of hot momentum out of the regular season, the first part of the playoffs, and they kind of just sputtered a little bit. Well, give me your thoughts on the Bills and where do they go from here, and do we think this is the end, or they still have a shot to kind of really make it an upper echelon of the playoffs at some point, or a Super Bowl run?
I think they have a chance. They just need some schematic changes. You know, I think the biggest problem with the Bills has always been they refuse to run the ball, and any team that doesn't run the ball is not going to win. Like you look why, for example, the 49ers are so successful is because their offense is built off of the run, because it sets up so many different things. So until they do that, I don't think they'll win anything. And the Bengals in the playoffs last 2 years just been a different animal. Like they're just the giant slayers. Last year they were the underdog, but I think this year, I see them as the favorite going into the AFC title game. Honestly,
I agree. And the thing is, I think it comes down to how fierce the quarterback is. It's a mental game. See, now I'm really, that's why I should be hired as a football consultant. Like we talked about the last time we were here. It's a mental thing. Like it's either like you're so like oblivious and you just don't care, like Eli Manning, and you're just like, I just won 2 Super Bowls by maybe complete the greatest playoff moment in history, David Tyree catch, or you're just like a psychopath, like a Tom Brady or something like that, where nothing just gets in your way of your focus.
Yeah.
I think Joe Burrow has that kind of element where he's just like,
he just stays calm under pressure.
he shows up looking like MC Hammer in the locker room, and then he goes out there and did you see that thing on Instagram? He they did it in slow motion. He threw a pass and he turned around in slow motion as the pass was swirling.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Swirling, yeah.
Not worried about that either.
But we'll see, because he did crack under pressure. He didn't win the Super Bowl. So I would say if he won the Super Bowl last year, then he'd be like, all right, this guy's got no fear at all.
I feel like the Bills kind of remind me of it's a team full of like Matt Ryans. Like with the exception of the last couple of years, really good in the regular season and absolutely useless in the playoffs.
This is that meme of Steve Carell from The Office where he's like, you think of Matt Ryan because like...
Yeah. It's a team full of Matt Ryans. They do great in the regular season, and then the Bills' organization, what they do, lose 4 straight Super Bowls.
Yep.
They're not even getting the Super Bowls. It's a bunch of Matt Ryans.
Yeah. I think Josh Allen's just so hyped out. They think they can win any game with him just throwing and running the ball and not worrying about anything else. And I think it's proven at this point that teams can scheme to stop it and, try to make them run the ball and they just keep refusing it, which is why they lose in the playoffs.
What did they score, 10 points against the Bengals?
12.
10, like 27 to 10 or something?
It wasn't bad at all. It was
terrible.
It was bad. And, you'll win any Sunday 1 o'clock game in October against, the
Whoever.
Cleveland Browns or like the Houston Texans. But when it's playoff time and teams are like at their best, even the coaches are at their best, they're just like scheming the shit out of it. They're putting in extra hours trying to like figure out the right secret combination to beat these guys. I don't know if Josh Allen is that. You can figure him out.
I think he is the right quarterback. It's just he needs better coaching around him, I would say.
So you don't think McDermott is the guy?
I'm starting to doubt it, honestly. I'm starting to doubt he's the guy. But based on what happened with the DeMar Hamlin situation and everything, I think there's no way they get rid of him just because of the way he handled that situation. He was highly regarded for that. So I don't think there's any way they can possibly get rid of them without major backlash this offseason. But I think, next year is going to be make or break for him. If they flop again, I think then you might see him gone.
Yeah, I don't think definitely don't get rid of him. I mean, he made it far in the playoffs. And can I top anybody off?
I can always use a little top off.
I'm good for the moment.
You're good for the moment? There you go. There you go. Another silver bullet for you.
If you want to just grab out the next for me again, save yourself some time.
Here's this pink ruby grapefruit one. Unless you don't want that one.
I'll trade that in for a newer.
I think that one's trash.
Yeah, I'll take like black cherry.
He keeps bringing up grapefruits.
And I got a raspberry.
That's not bad.
Raspberries.
I'll pass.
You don't want it?
No.
You want a Blue Moon or something like that?
I'll take a bullet.
All right, I'll give you a bullet.
Bullet me, baby.
No, thank you. I'll just leave that one alone. So I don't know. I got hats off to them because for 20 years the Bills are ass. They were ass. For years they didn't make the playoffs since '99, and then now they're a solid team that will put some fear into you.
Oh yeah,
when you show up. So I don't know if I'm ready to close the door on them yet.
No, I'm not ready yet either. No.
But I agree. They can't be one-dimensional. They got to be, got to mix things up a little bit. Maybe tighten up the defense a little bit. So we'll see. So let's shift gears a little bit over the NFC. Speaking of ass, the Giants are ass. Just ass. I never bought them, and no. I have it on record. You go back to a couple episodes of the podcast ago. In the regular season, I just did not buy them whatsoever. I'm like, this team is phony. They're phonies.
Mm-hmm.
They're not that good.
Yeah, I think for me, I felt a lot of the NFC East was a bunch of phonies this year because they played such an easy schedule this year that it kind of hid how bad some of the teams were. They were just playing the bottom of the league most of the season. I think that's why, for teams for example, the Giants, the Commanders, I would even put the Cowboys in that category, why their record was where it was.
That's why I say salute to we them boys.
But the Giants did come in though in the playoffs and did beat a Vikings team.
They were the biggest frauds in football.
I agree, it was the biggest fraud because every single game they had was a one possession game. They just happened to sneak it out because their defense was like Swiss cheese all year in the Vikings. So I think it was just the perfect matchup for the Giants why they advanced. But I'm curious to see where Daniel Jones goes this offseason. Because I expect he's back in the Giants, but what's the contract he gets? Is Barkley back? It's a big offseason for the Giants because they have a lot of cap space to really show some improvements, but it's going to be how they use it because it's going to depend how much goes to Jones and Barkley on what else they can do.
Do you buy Daniel Jones? Do you buy him? Would you sign up? You're the general manager of the New York Giants. Mm-hmm. Do you get out your checkbook and write a 7-year, $150 million contract to Daniel Jones? Probably more than that at this point. $200 million.
I'd probably go with a 3-year deal, but 2 of it guaranteed. in like that 20 to 25 million range max.
He's not even worth that.
I don't think
he's not even worth that.
I agree he's not worth it either, but I think that's the route they go.
I mean, let him. You sign to that. You're just going to keep
I'll
that
do
team.
it.
You're going to keep that team weak.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the coaching job Dable did this year is what saved Jones.
Unbelievable.
I think he's going to be coach of the year. Honestly,
he did a heck of a job coaching that team.
He'll be coach of the year.
And he
No. Sirianni is the biggest goofball. He's so corny.
I love him.
Of course you do. But if he was any other coach, you'd be like, yeah, he's so corny. It's you Philly fans. You just all stick together through it.
I am a cornball too. So,
do you stand by the horse shitting eating Philly fan when they won the Super Bowl? The guy, it's one of us. It made sense.
Horse shit eating.
You don't remember that when the Philly when they won the Super Bowl
thing.
and the guy ate the shit from the police horse.
Well,
It was on the ground.
Then did you
That
see-
screams
that's a little
Philly.
excessive.
There's a story too that came out that someone
That's a little excessive. I'm gonna eat some shit.
stole.
Oh my God, the Eagles won the Super Bowl. My first instinct.
That was his
eat
first
some shit.
instinct.
Just eat some shit off the ground.
That
Then
screams
someone
Philly.
just stole Garner Johnson's car after the game, after their win last one too. That's Philadelphia for right there football. One of our own fans probably stole his car.
Well, that was all right. That was the first Super Bowl win. The second one, I can't imagine it's going to be. Everybody shot their load that time. I can't imagine it's going to be as.
Hold on. So because that was their first Super Bowl, that justifies eating literal horse shit.
Well, obviously, duh. What were you doing when ours won Super Bowl?
I was shitting my pants. I was like 2. I don't care what any of my teams accomplish. I'm never going to go eat shit
I mean,
of
I
anything.
wouldn't do that either. No, like I might do something that is.
See,
similar.
Philly doesn't.
Close,
Philly
but
doesn't
not
help
that, no.
themselves. They don't help themselves.
No, we're the villains of the league, and I love it.
It's not that you're the villains. It's
I
just
would say
that
Dallas might be the.
you know what it
villain of
is.
the league.
Philadelphia, both their fan base and just the city in general, is the ugly stepchild of America. No one likes them. No one wants to claim them. No one wants to be associated with them. That's Philadelphia, cesspool of America, right there.
I think we can make a T-shirt of that.
Yeah. Everyone would agree except Philly, except that little, I don't know how many square mileage Philadelphia is. But
Well, you saw the T-shirt they have. The Philly. They say no one likes us. We don't care. It's me.
but they do care. They care enough to make a shirt, and they keep screaming at it every time they get a chance to. So it does. They get in their feelings. If they didn't care, they wouldn't make a T-shirt.
He's not wrong.
Hey, I catch feelings sometimes. Do you? Well, it happens. Catching some feelings.
I don't know what feelings you're catching.
I don't know.
You better not be catching no feelings. You're a married man.
No, I don't. Not like that. No, definitely not that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I would get. Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on.
He's covering up big time right now.
So no, and I'm not. I'm being serious. No, nothing like that.
No, he's a good guy.
I'm a good guy. So I don't know. I think they do. I think he does end up with the Giants because I can't see anybody else saying, "Yeah, here's a $200 million."
How about this? What about this? At a friendly contract, would you rather have Daniel Jones making $25 million, or what about say a Jimmy Garoppolo at 15?
I would take Jimmy G because I know he's been in the Super Bowl.
I think Rob's going to get more than 15 though.
But to me,
What did he sign to this year as a backup?
He restructured
Six
to
million.
7. He restructured to
Was
7.
that like 26?
But I'd rather have.
You had Jimmy Garoppolo at $7 million, and then 2 guys for $38. Like,
Yeah.
that's what a steal. 3 solid quarterbacks.
And next year we'll have 2 quarterbacks under $1 million. Under $1 million,
Insane.
or not under $1 million. I'm
say
sorry,
Lance
under
2
like
million.
2.5 million. I should
Because
say.
Lance has that first round money, so it's definitely way over.
Yeah,
$1
so
million.
they'll probably be under like, and I have to check the contract, but they might be under 2.5 million in the quarterback room next year.
Remember your boy wrecked that deal for all first rounders. Sam Bradford got $70 million from the Rams, and then
Well, that's when they put the rule in after where they capped it, how much you could get in the salary parts. Then everyone's been throwing it into the signing bonus now.
yeah, because Jamarcus Russell's like, I'm not playing for under like $50 million, and then he threw literally 3 touchdowns his entire career, and got canned for drinking like purple
Remember, it was
like
at the point too,
cough
like-
syrup, behind a dumpster at 7-Eleven or something like
Well, let's
that.
get to the point too before they put that rule where players are like, don't draft me because I'm not signing because you can't afford me.
The only thing good about Sam Bradford was his agent. Just like Kirk Cousins. Great agents, average at best players.
Yeah, Barstool did that. They have a category for it's Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
It's like elite, super good, pretty good, Kirk Cousins.
It's as
and then
average as
bad,
average gets.
and then ass. Yeah.
But Kirk Cousins has made so much damn money between his franchise tags and just his agent making these deals that just these teams are like, yeah, it's a great idea. We'll sign him for that. I'm like,
I mean, what, Washington kept him for like 5 years on like a franchise deal because they're like, we don't know what we think of this guy, so we'll do the franchise. We'll pay him like $47 million for 1 year just to see how it goes.
He was the up and comer still when he was in Washington. Like you didn't know what he was going to be at. Minnesota's where you really saw what.
In Minnesota, they shot their load on him and spent like $80 million.
Fully guaranteed too.
Fully guaranteed $80 million. That's a commitment. That's like, all right.
but who does that? This guy has won nothing. He's like, what, never won a primetime game. And you just fully guarantee almost $100 million? For what?
I think it's like, all right, what else are we going to do?
You could go the Niners route and get Mr. Irrelevant and win.
That. I would probably do that.
Maybe the Niners
take my chance with somebody that costs $700,000.
Hey,
and see if maybe they're scrappy enough to say when they went into Nick Saban's office at Alabama, and he's like, "Oh, your arm strength is average, and your height is average, and you're not going to ever make it." Somebody that's got that like, fuck you attitude is going to go in there and become a starting quarterback like a Brock Purdy. Like I'd rather take that than pay somebody $100 million.
Do you think the Niners, in a way, and not intentionally, just because of all their injuries with the quarterback position, do you think it starts changing how teams think? They're like, you know what? If we build around them with a good O-line, with running backs and weapons, we don't need a $50 million a year reject like Dak Prescott who can't win, or Kirk Cousins, or Russell Wilson, and you can get a guy who's not even making $1 million and he's 7-0 right now.
Well, I think the biggest part too is the coach. Like you have to have a
coach. Well,
of course, good at building a system around which Shanahan's good, which I think.
But guess what?
The reason why Purdy's been so successful.
But a terrible coach isn't winning with anybody.
Exactly.
No matter who they have.
That's why the Denver coach got thrown out of town.
I mean, they
probably thrown off of a mountain.
But I wasn't surprised because for example, he got fired in Jacksonville, and then when he was in Green Bay, he was hiding behind Matt LaFleur, who was calling plays all the time. He wasn't calling any plays, so when he got a shot in Denver, he flopped massively. So
is that the biggest disappointment in recent memory of an NFL team?
For a coach,
they were talking about there's a team in They were talking about like going to Super Bowl, and they win what 5 games.
I think sometimes you give these guys too much money and they just don't care.
Well, they guaranteed what, over $100 million.
A lot. So it's just like
they traded all those picks.
About like 250.
Well, that was the total, but 100 like 60 something guaranteed or whatever. You trade all those players and picks.
Your cousin's mailman.
The guy that replaced him. The guy that replaced him in Seattle did better.
Yeah. Gino actually broke some of Russell's records.
He's probably going to win comeback player of the year, I think.
Which is weird, because I feel like comeback should be for injuries. This guy just, maybe most improved, but why would I be comebacked?
Yes. I mean, he's still been an active NFL quarterback.
Yeah, he just wasn't good.
Yeah,
he just wasn't good.
He's been a bench rider. I guess why they call it a comeback.
It's just a weird. I think like most improving. I think for me, comeback would be like someone like, not trying to be biased, but McCaffrey blew his knee out last year, and he led all of running backs in total all-purpose yardage this year.
Can we retire that award with Alex Smith being the comeback player of the year forever?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because after did you ever see that?
He almost lost his leg.
Yes. He almost died.
Lost
his leg and almost died. Mm-hmm. And after 2 years, they put him back together. He somehow retrained enough.
I'm surprised he even came back.
And he had the courage enough after going through all that to want to actually go back on the
I would have been done.
I'd be like,
I could have been 22 years old. I'm like, I'm not doing that again.
He went out and won a division title.
That's right, yeah.
As backup, but still came in and ended up winning the division title.
Still had to, yeah.
His leg's like permanently mangled too because of the skin graft I had to do.
Yeah, it looks. Looks like he went through like a shark attack.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
So I mean,
that should be called the Alex Smith comeback player of the year because that was incredible.
Or just called the Washington Alex Smiths.
You could.
Yeah, they should name the team after him. Yeah.
And the thing is, he was 15 years in the league, so it's just like, what are you doing, boss? Just retire and call it a day.
You have your pension. You have all the money you made.
Go get a broadcast job. It's all good.
Yep.
It's all good.
Well, I'm glad it all worked out. Yeah, because I would hate to see something like that go through that again.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I get it. I think a lot of guys get a lot of money and they're just like, I don't care anymore. I don't care. We paid DeMarco Murray a shitload of money and
oh my
nothing.
God,
yeah,
DeMarco Murray,
Yep,
almost forgot he was an Eagle.
Yeah, for like a cup of coffee.
Yeah, forgot about that.
Let's keep this moving a little bit. So the Chiefs win on one leg, essentially. Patrick Mahomes takes a little bit of a ding.
I'd say more than a little bit of a ding.
Yeah, so what do we think? This could be a problem. It could be good for any NFC team kind of playing against him. They still snuck out the win, but what do we think? KC advances but with a little bit of damage going.
I don't know how that's going to work because, I mean, usually with these high ankle sprains, you're out for what, like 6 weeks?
It's like 4 to 6, yeah, usually.
He's going to come. I mean, when he came back in, I remember the one play, he handed it off, and he could barely make the handoff without hopping
It
around.
looked like he was playing hopscotch.
So I'll tell you what, if they play...
They took him in the locker room. They shot him with cortisone. They gave him like probably 5 Vicodin.
Yeah.
And they're like, get the fuck back out. They taped it up and they said, get out there.
I'll tell you what.
That's probably why, but...
If he looks like he does the way he did when he came back, which I can't imagine he's not going to look that much better in a week's time.
No.
The Bengals are going to steamroll the Chiefs because if Mahomes can't move, I'm not saying he's a big scrambler like, say, Lamar Jackson, but he moves around the pocket.
Yeah, his game relies heavily
Exactly.
on
The
pocket.
team relies on him.
If he can't do that, they're done. They are done. I'm expecting, I could be wrong, I'm expecting the Bengals to win and win big.
Because you even look at it, like, when he came back into the game, you could tell, like, the offense was hindered because he
couldn't move. He couldn't move.
I think what's tough for the Chiefs is they play a team that's had their number the last few times they've matched up. The Bengals have beat them last couple times. So, that's even another advantage to the Bengals side, which I think that this is why the Bengals are going to win and, be the AFC representative in the Super Bowl.
Yep, I agree.
I think so. And every prediction I've read, I'm hearing a Bengals-Eagles Super Bowl.
So then it won't be that cool.
We in Wolf of Wall Street right now with that?
You know what it's going to be? It's actually going to be a rematch of, I don't know, when was it? We're looking right there. When was Niners-Bengals last?
Niners-Bengals was a Super Bowl. Oh, I see what you're doing. But Niners-Bengals. Yeah. I'm going to say 80. All right, I'm going to guess now.
It wasn't our 90. It was we had 4 in the 80s and 1 in the 90s, so it has to be in the 80s.
I'm going to say...
I see it.
Niners-Bengals, I'm going to say... Not 87, that was Washington. 88 was... I'm going to say 88.
Looks like right there, 23, Super Bowl 23.
Super Bowl 23, quiz me. I don't know what year that was.
I don't have the year on there?
It doesn't have the year, it's just got the logo.
Yeah,
so
right there, left. Right there, right, boom.
This one right here.
Is that
right?
the
Super Bowl
Bengals,
23,
right?
I'm going to say 88.
That could be because we did win it that year, I believe. Super Bowl 23.
Feel it deep in my chest. It's a victory.
89.
God,
it was the 88 season.
I meant, you know what I meant.
No, you're right. It was
the Super Bowl takes place in that year.
Yeah,
like,
so
we won. Eagles won in 2017. I'm like, yeah, but the Super Bowl was February 4th, 2018.
So it was the 88 season. So you're right. 88 season. So I think it's gonna be a rematch. Niners Bengals. No one wants to see. No one wants to see Philly. No one wants to see the Chiefs. So, dude, no one cares about Philly. No one. You guys live in like this like echo chamber of just like get off to each other. Like, Philly's so sick, bro.
It's like one of those float tanks.
Do you know what you're gonna do? Listen.
Smelling salts.
Listen, I'm just gonna go. We're gonna beat that ass, and then you can cry over some Wawa and talk about all your Johns. Philly's done. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the fan.
Wawa. I know you're a Sheets
Wawa
guy.
sucks.
I know you're a Sheets guy.
Wawa sucks. Sheets and Quick Check. Quick Check takes a dump on Wawa. It's just Wawa's got a cult following.
Wow.
If you actually went there unbiased, 98% of the country would pick Sheets over Wawa.
All right, that's a poll question for our audience out there.
You know what?
Sheets, Wawa, Quick Check.
Okay.
I want to hear. I want to do a poll
Everyone's
going to
say Wawa gets a cult, but if you bring someone who's from a state that doesn't have a Wawa, you bring them a sandwich, a blind test, everyone is picking that Quick Check sandwich. It's so much better than Wawa, it's not even funny. Wawa should be embarrassed for the company they are.
I just get a feeling. When I
I'm
walk
very
into
passionate
Wawa.
about Quick Check.
I just get a feeling.
That you're overpaying for shit.
When I go to Wawa, I get a feeling that it's
that you're getting robbed. That you're getting robbed. You're paying for disgusting lunch meat that's like this thick, and it's just trash.
Well, not in their coffee, at least I'm not getting ripped off.
Okay,
If
you mess up coffee,
their coffee's
you're
a
an
great
ass.
deal. For literally, I think it's like $1.99. You get a 24-ounce coffee that's really good coffee.
You know who's got great coffee? McDonald's. And I'd rather go to the drive than I get out of the car.
I'd rather go in and make it myself because when I ask some, like when I go to Dunkin' Donuts and I'm like, oh, give me like an extra large hot coffee with just a little bit of cream, it comes out, it's like milk. I'm like, what are you doing here? I just wanted a little bit of coffee.
But you got to go in there and do the manual labor and not get paid for it. You do the manual labor and you pay for it.
Manual labor going like this.
It's manual labor. It's manual labor.
The guy's getting paid to do it.
Yeah. I'd rather get the guy who earned his money and I don't want to get out of my car. You got to go in there, make it, and if you still fuck it up, that's going to piss me off even more.
That's another business venture. We got to open a Boston coffee shop. We're gonna
enter that.
We're gonna engineer the sandwiches and the coffee to be like that.
Top notch.
It is.
Won't be hard to beat Wawa.
I don't No, but it's just Wawa. It's got everything you need, and it's
So
right
it's Quick Check.
But it's not as convenient. I don't see Quick Checks everywhere. There's Wawas literally every street corner.
And that's the problem. It's saturated the market that everything has become crap because they can get away with it. They don't respect their customers. Like, yo, our customers are idiots. They will eat whatever we put out there. And sorry, Wawa fans, that's what you're doing. And they keep going there.
I love you, Wawa.
It's a diluted product.
I'll be there tomorrow.
It's a bold take.
I'll be there tomorrow afternoon.
Shout out to Quick Check.
Wawa, I love you. I love you. John's. Woo!
Mom was
Okay.
gonna like sue me for like defamation.
Hey, no, it's a publicly traded company. It's like a publicly facing large company that
I'm safe.
there's no law
Buy a
against
share,
that.
then you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, I technically own you
As a
guys.
shareholder,
Yeah, I think it's private, but still, I think they're publicly facing, so you could shit all over them. All you want, I
Perfect.
think. But I love you. I do. I'll be there with one of those turkey bacon wraps, that I got with
Sounds
like
disgusting.
my my
Are you talking
Starbucks
about the
double
pre-made
shot
wraps?
energy. I get that, and I get a Cliff Bar, and then I get my.
Pre-made wraps aren't that great.
If I need something quick,
See,
I get
you
my
got
pre-made wrap.
You got a little Cliff Bar. You could go to the damn store. You're buying things that's not even original
Well,
to
there's
them.
one near my work. That's why I go there. So I go there. I get my pre-made wrap. I get my Cliff Bar. I get my
Pre-made,
I
they-
get my Java Monster.
Like it's in the
Like
refrigerated
triple-
section.
Well, yeah,
I
that
get the
pre
triple shot 300 milligram Java Monster French vanilla coffee energy drink. So,
and that pre-made sandwich you had was from the day before when they couldn't sell it, and they're still charging the same price.
all right. So what's your go-to at Quick Check? I'm open to it.
Well, I mean,
like Quick Check.
so I like-
from the 3 times I went because there's not one really around.
Okay,
there's one
well,
down the street, but like
There's one by the train station, the new one.
Well, yeah,
But all right,
yeah.
but I think the big thing that both Wawa people and like Quick Check, they're known for like their hoagies, right? A Quick Check hoagie is amazing. It absolutely shits on Wawa. It's not even close. I guarantee you, if I brought in,
Next time you got to do a review with them side by side.
Yeah.
no, I'll bring them in, but
We're gonna do that. We're
in
gonna do
different
that.
wrapping, so you can't see the wrap. I'll change the wrapping.
That's one
I'll
of our-
put
Oh,
it
you're
here.
gonna be biased. You're gonna put Quick Check in both of them or something like that.
Just have a blind.
No,
date.
I'll get one shitty Wawa, one elite Quick Check, and I'll give it to
You
you.
gotta get the same exact thing, same exact comments and everything.
Yeah,
Have a
get
blind
like
date.
an Italian
Cheese,
hoagie.
mayonnaise or something. Like
Yeah.
something easy.
Yeah.
An Italian hoagie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Blind-
have from
blind
that
taste
order
test,
from
yeah.
there and there. We'll test it out.
Yep.
It's
I'm open-minded.
gonna be amazing.
I could be changed. I could be persuaded.
Okay.
Can we get a Sheets one too? We haven't shipped in from like
Yo, when
the
I-
middle of the
What's
South
the
somewhere.
closest Sheetz?
Probably like
I know,
West
I was like,
Virginia.
Like
it's I drove there.
middle, I think like middle-ish Pennsylvania.
That or there's one down the highway going down to Maryland.
Yeah, there's
I think
one in
it's that
Maryland.
Maryland house, like the rest stop. I think has.
Do you
one
know what
maybe.
was scary? When I was at school at West Virginia, I lived above a Sheets, which the elevator from my room, like outside my room, brings you down into the lobby of the Sheets. I never don't have to go outside, and they sell alcohol there. They have all the foods, and it's 24 hours. I think they only don't sell alcohol from like 4 to 5 a.m. So 23 hours you can buy alcohol.
Vomiting anyway.
Yeah, so I would take the elevator straight down, order whatever I want. Sheets is the
come
go.
down to your bathroom. I'd be in my
Yeah,
bathroom.
I mean, people would. The people
I
would literally
come
get out of the
down to my-
shower and just go down. I'm like, these people are wild.
I would.
But
Come
Sheets
down
is
to like
great.
yeah.
Did you ever have it?
I haven't had Sheets.
You gotta get their boom boom sauce.
boom boom sauce. So tell me about the boom boom sauce.
A little spicy. It's great with anything. Put on a burger, put on a hot dog, dip your mozzarella sticks in it. Boom boom sauce at Sheets.
boom boom sauce.
Elite.
There's one at Hershey. That's where one is in PA.
Okay,
When I
yeah,
went to Hershey
yeah.
Park for the weekend, there's a Sheets there's a Sheets right across the street from the.
Have you
hotel
had
I was
it?
in. Oh yeah, it's very good.
It's
You
so
know, one
good.
that I got all excited about, was disappointed, Royal Farms. Everybody's like,
I know it, but I never had it.
oh my God, it's the greatest fried chicken sandwich.
Is that also southern thing?
They have one in South Jersey. It's more of a Maryland,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Delaware, down south kind of thing. But they have one in South Jersey right near the Philly 50s diner that we go to after
Yep.
Sixers games sometimes. There's one on that strip. And I was driving back from somewhere and I happened to pass it. I'm like,
Wait, real quick, what was that diner called? I think I know what you're talking about.
the Philly 50s diner.
Oh, never mind.
Runnymede.
Runnymede, yeah.
yep,
It's the first exit. So we go there after like Sixers game because it's open super late and it's the first exit after Philly back into Jersey, exit 28. You go there, it's like a 1950s diner. They got like an old car out front. There's massive sports bar attached to it.
Typical.
good
So
food, too.
it's Philly living in the past, like from the last Sixers championship.
No, come on, you can't shit all over them. That's a
You
cool
can't shit
spot.
on a diner. It's got
That's
that one's got really good food.
Good food. It's a cool vibe. They got a big ass sports bar they built attached to it.
I mean, when I'm eating, I don't go for the vibe. I go for the food.
I go for a vibe. I'm always down for a vibe. You know what I mean?
You go to a diner for a vibe?
Exactly. You know what?
You want to go to a diner for a vibe? Go to Broad Street Diner at
I'm
3
looking for
a.m.
a
on a
scene.
Friday. That's a
been there,
vibe.
yeah.
That's a crowd.
I'm always down for a vibe. I'm always down for a scene. I'm always down for some kind
You're always trouble. You bring you back home and you're falling through the front door.
Yeah, I know. I got,
Getting in trouble with the missus.
I did. I think I'm still
Recovering
from
Or
that.
Canada trying
Your
to join a
birthday
gang.
last year. Oh, yeah.
Dumbass. Club Tokyo, baby. Shout
Oh, my
out.
God. Yeah, that real estate company, KS
KS Realty.
All right, let's move on here. Conference game title predictions. Niners, Eagles. What do we think?
Well, we got.
And unbiased.
Are we doing
Cleared
both conferences?
We're going to do both.
Okay,
we'll do
so-
both. We'll start with the NFC. We'll go over the AFC.
I'm just gonna make it real quick. AFC Bengals. If Mahomes can't play on that foot, Bengals easy. NFC, it's gonna be a dogfight. I think it's gonna be similar to the Niners Cowboys game. I think it's gonna be kind of low scoring.
I can see that. I
mean-
agree. Low scoring.
There are two
grinding
great
out.
offenses, but I think it's even better defenses. I'm gonna think it's a close game. It could come down to last possession. I think it's gonna be a one possession game.
Yes.
I like my Niners. Not trying to be biased. I think they got more recent experience in terms of their roster in this. I mean, both quarterbacks obviously first NFC Championship game, but we were just there last year. I like our run game. I think, no offense, but I think the Eagles ranked pretty low in run defense.
Fair. It's fair.
McCaffrey and Mitchell. I'm gonna go us. That's me. But I think it's gonna be a great game regardless.
It's going to be a solid game. I'm going to go with the Eagles because, again, close fight, but I think I like what Nick Sirianni's doing, and I think they're going to use their tight ends well. Dallas Goedert's absolutely demolishing people. I think A.J. Brown is going to step it up. I think Devontae Smith is an animal, is going to get in there. And I think they're just going to dice him up a little bit.
Is A.J.
with that
Brown
extra-
fully healthy?
He said he's going to be healthy
Okay.
for the game, so we'll see. But who knows? I mean, everybody says that. They're like, I'm 100%.
Well, they're not gonna
Their legs falling off.
tip their hat. Yeah.
No, they don't
exactly.
tip because if you tip, you end up like they're tipping.
You have the Bengals for the AFC too?
Yes, I think we're going to see it. I think we unanimous decision, right?
Bengals for me, yep, as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't rely. I mean, Patrick Mahomes. I don't know.
It just depends if he can move. If he can't move, I just can't see them winning that game.
Who knows? What
High
kind
ankle
of
sprain's serious.
drugs they have, and what kind of tape they have, and what kind of.
Well, I'll tell you
physical
what.
therapists They have.
I'll tell you what. If he comes out and he looks like nothing ever happened to him, he needs a drug test immediately.
Yeah, he's pissing.
He did
Immediately.
an interview today. He was walking around fine with no boot or anything on. So
I just find it hard to believe.
He's definitely getting the good stuff.
They have good. I think they have good stuff. They have good stuff. I mean,
But even if you don't feel pain, it doesn't mean you're healed. So how does the ankle hold up? I mean, like I said, you're missing 4 to 6 weeks any other given time. You're telling me he's going to come out 7 days later and act like nothing has happened?
when the Super Bowl's on the line, and you got a $500 million.
I'm not saying he's not coming out, but
we're gonna inject you full of the worst
he's
shit
getting
we
that
could
horse
find.
tranquilizer. Just numb that whole ankle.
Here's some fucking WD-40. Just jam it in there. Yeah. We're gonna try everything we
There's
can.
no creaking in that ankle.
Nothing at all. Oh my God! Here,
That thing's just like limp. He's just dragging it across the field.
fucking put him in a concrete cast or something like that. Just here you go.
A motorized scooter for
Oh God.
Oh
Put
my
him on a
God.
rollerblade to play the game.
But yeah, I think we're unanimous on the Bengals right now.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are gonna sneak it out. I think it's gonna be a very tough game.
It is.
Now the deciding vote here is
Be
Caparoni,
the unbiased one.
unbiased one.
I mean, yeah,
Niners
for me,
Eagles.
I
And
wish,
give me your unbiased
Well-
and give me your analytical side of it. Who's going to win this game?
first I wish a nuke could drop on the game and explode it because I hate both teams. They're my two most hated teams in the league, probably. So if that
Why do you hate the Niners? Because they own the
they're my
Rams?
team's arch
But two
rival.
of your
'Cause they own
lovely
the Rams?
Well,
Caparonis
they
love
did
both.
beat the Niners to go to the Super Bowl last
Wow,
year.
one
so-
time.
in the game that matters.
One time.
So,
But now the Rams are going to be the basement for the next 10 years.
well, they're coming right back next year.
Ramsey's gone.
Injuries are going to be gone. They're going to be ready to roll.
Ramsey's gone.
No, he's coming back.
No, he's not. You guys are in cap casualty. He ain't coming back. He already basically
Sean
admitted
McVay's
he's going to be
come back,
leaving.
yeah. If Sean McVay was leaving, then they'd fall apart. But
Yeah.
I think it's
And
He's a great
their lead running back doesn't even want to be there. I mean, he sat out how many games last year?
He's fine now.
Anyway, get to your
got it
picks.
all settled. All right.
Get to your picks.
Anyway, I think personally I'm going to go with the Eagles because for me
He's only going out because you're sitting here.
No, for me it comes down to coaching, and Shanahan has proven in the big games he falters in the big moments coaching.
Sirianni's actually never been to a big game.
But we don't know it's Sirianni. I think the Eagles offense, both has more firepower than the Niners. Like, yes, Niners have great firepower too, but I think it's going to come down to quarterback play, and I think Hurts is going to outplay Brock Purdy.
Well, he might because we're going to be running the ball.
I think what's going to be the game changer is, you have the Eagles pass rush, which nothing against the Niners pass rush. I think it's going to make Purdy uncomfortable, and he could make some rookie mistakes.
Is Nick Bosa not playing?
He is playing.
Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
like I said, he's facing...
Honestly, I respect your opinion, but Jalen Hurts probably will outplay Purdy because we're going to be running the damn ball. I think the Eagles rate like what?
The only way the Niners win the game is they probably run for at least like 150, 200 yards, I would say, in the game.
Easy.
Because, I think... Like I said, the Eagles' front's just so strong that they're going to try to make Purdy as uncomfortable as possible and make Purdy be the one.
But what's the one thing you said though earlier in the show? You said the NFC East has played nobody. So who are they strong against? Nobody's. So haven't faced the Niners.
You know what? All right, it's going to be a very tough game. I'll leave it at that. But we talked a little bit earlier in the show about having that mental kind of thing. And Joe Burrow, I think, has it. Tom Brady obviously has it.
Yeah.
I think Jalen Hurts has that, and we'll call it that motherfucker gene, where it's just like you're just laser focused and you can go in and nothing bothers you, nothing shakes you. That's how you win Super Bowls, like Eli Manning did it. I mean, he's just like,
but we
what's going on.
can't say that for sure yet because
Can't say
this
for
is
sure. We'll
this
find
is
out.
both quarterbacks' biggest games of their career. No one's ever been here yet.
I mean, for
Donovan
quarterback-wise.
didn't have any threw up in the biggest game of his life.
Yeah.
Carson, I liked Carson, but he got a little too arrogant, a little too aggressive, and snapped his leg off because he's throwing himself around there like he's playing on a schoolyard. You're playing against like the best athletes on earth. You got to be a little. Nick Foles was like Eli Manning. He's like, hey man, I don't know. Hey, whatever. Oh, just won a Super Bowl. That's what it is. There's some science to this.
So we'll see.
So we'll see what happens.
Yep.
We'll see. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Anybody need a top off? You want another? You want
I'm good.
another
I'm
silver
good.
bullet? I might do a silver bullet. Maybe I'll try this ruby grapefruit. So we're sticking with claws.
It's ass.
We'll keep going here. We'll kind of keep this ball on the road here and kind of wrap things up in the next 10 minutes or so. So kind of shifting gears off of football a little bit. We had some fun. Thank you again for Caparoni for coming by. This is fun. So something that's been kind of the talk of social media a little bit, just kind of debuted recently on cable TV. I want to get your thoughts on this concept of
I'm nervous.
there's a professional slapping league now. So Dana
TV
White
show behind it.
There's a whole TV show about it. They're like serious about it. It started out as like a TikTok, Instagram kind of meme sport, and now it's a legitimate cable TV thing. What do we think? Does this last? Is it hot? Is it not? What are your thoughts? Is it cool or is it stupid?
I think it's gonna be like a fad. Like I think it's gonna be popular for maybe a year or two, and then it's just gonna get old. But you know what's crazy? I mean, you hear about it in football, player safety. There's boxing, there's MMA. This may be the only sport I can think of
I don't know if you can call it a
where
sport.
you go in there. 100%, you have to be defenseless. You are asking for CTE to be ringing through your head.
Yep.
Like at least in MMA, you have the opportunity to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Football, they
Wrestle
try
to
and
the
do
ground.
everything.
Yeah.
To pop an eardrum.
Yeah, I mean, we just have people slapping the shit out of each other.
Not one time, like multiple
No, I
times
think
until
it's like-
somebody gets knocked the fuck out.
I think it'll be big for like a year or two, and then I could be wrong. Obviously, I just can't see it lasting. What's it gonna do? Go on for like with UFC? What's gonna be? Power slap 285.
Yeah,
I
You know what I'm saying?
At Madison
Like-
Square Garden.
Yeah,
It's like, oh my God,
who
the
pays
big
to watch
slap
that?
fight? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like in boxing, UFC, like what can happen is so unpredictable. Whereas in slapping, all you're gonna see is slapping, and that's it. Nothing else.
Yeah, there's no
Like,
punches, there's no kicks,
yeah,
there's
and
no
there's that,
grappling.
like it's like a slap, and there's like a lull between it to get the next person ready to slap the other person. Like it's not fast paced enough, I would say. They need like rapid paced slap fight. To make it a little more interesting.
And it's not gonna like sell out arenas. No one's going to watch that. It's gonna be like in a basement like this.
I mean, I think they filmed it at the Apex. And you know what the shittiest thing? I think I saw they paid each of those slappers for that taping $2,000 a piece.
That's it?
Would you get paid? Would you take
No.
$2,000 to get the shit slapped out of you?
Maybe because I take a dive first slap. I just go. I'm not gonna take abuse.
$2,000. I'm not getting slapped like that by a professional slapper
Yeah.
for $2,000. A big
Professional
burly guy.
slapper.
All right, a big burly guy that slapped the shit.
Yeah,
out of
no.
$2,000.
If you saw that one guy's face was all
After taxes, it's like $430.
But I'll tell you what,
Fuck that.
if I did take it, I'm just dropping first one. I'm not gonna sit there and be a tough guy because they didn't say I have to last 10 rounds. I'm going down instantly, take my $2,000 and leave. I'm not gonna sit there and try and be a tough guy and keep getting slapped.
I wouldn't do it for that.
I'm not saying I would. I said if I would.
Give me like 10,000 or 20,000. I might.
It's a weird thing. It's a
Maybe
weird
20,000, 10,000. I wouldn't. We did the. How would what would you need to be paid? I would not do that for like.
No, it wouldn't be cheap for me to get
$2,000.
slapped. Yeah.
You know what's funny though? This debuted right at. This is Dana White's thing.
I know.
It's debuted like days after he's caught on video slapping his wife in Mexico. I'm like, that you can't make this shit
Can't
up.
make it up. Yeah, it's almost like they plan it as like a PR stunt or something.
Yeah, slap your wife, and then we're gonna go right into power slap.
Yeah.
Get people talking about it.
Fucking
Yeah,
assholes.
He's practicing promotion, or
It's-
maybe he's trained to be part of the league.
It's a weird.
Maybe they're building
event.
a matchup where it's gonna be him versus his wife or something like that.
I
And
watched
like a
that.
big pay-per-view payoff.
MSG. It's a weird concept.
I can't because all right. Let's say that you see the greatest one ever on the next week's episode, like the greatest slap knockout ever. How does it ever get better from that? Like
It's
not
the
like a
same
strategy.
thing.
Yeah.
Like you can watch someone fight in a UFC match. They can win by knockout. They can win by submission. They can win by multiple ways.
Yep.
This,
A close decision where it's like, oh,
yeah,
pull the rematch.
unanimous, split, whatever. This, someone's getting slapped every round,
Yep.
and that's what's going to end it. Where's the element of surprise?
Yep.
I don't.
You know
I don't.
which hand's slapping you. You know where you're getting slapped.
Yeah, so I don't know how this lasts for a long time.
You know what they have to do? Let them slap them wherever they want. Get slapped down below. You get slapped on the rear end. You get slapped.
Each round's a different zone slap.
Slapped like a forehead slap, like on the playground. Just get forward Friday, something like that.
Yep. Round 10's the nut slap.
Give someone a
That's
five.
the-
I mean, there's got to be.
Yeah, you get teabagged in the last round. They gotta be a little more creative. It's gotta be more than just like.
Yeah, I watched like 2 of the slaps, like 2 slappers. Is that what they're called? Slappers?
I guess they're
Maybe
slappers.
slappists?
Slappers.
I
Boss
watched
man,
it.
boss. You want to be a slapper? How much would you like?
For me to slap you, nothing.
How much for me to slap you right now on camera? Think of the content.
I mean, for the content, I'll take a beating for my own content.
So can I slap you
Like if you put like
right now on camera?
I'm thinking about it. I'm like,
Come on, we got cameras right here. We can get this out right now.
I'm thinking about it.
Maybe
Like,
we'll
do I
get
let them-
signed by Dana.
I mean, maybe I would, or maybe like how much? All right, like how big do you think it would if I let them both just kick the shit out of me?
like slow motion. I'll get some-
And as long as you visibly on the cameras consent to this,
Yes.
I want my ass kicked.
I yes, I want to be
Yeah.
eaten to a pulp.
segment after this.
Maybe we'll see. We'll talk about it. We'll
Hey,
talk
what
about it.
if the viewers, all 6 of them, if they vote
It's more
in,
like 34. We're
If
getting
they-
there. We're
all
getting
right.
an audience, yeah.
if they,
We've got like 250 people that see us on TikTok.
all right, well then to those people, write in if you want him to be slapped by this guy. I will
want-
slap the shit out of him if you want it, and tell me what cheek you want it.
I will. This one right here. But I will. I will if I knew it was. If it was
I
for
have a
the.
challenge for you. What if loser of the game?
Oh.
I'm not a lover enough. I'm not gonna smack you guys.
Then I'll slap you twice.
All right, there we go. I'll take one for the team.
Okay, fine. If Eagles lose, you can slap him.
And if Eagles win, he's not going to do it anyway, so I'll slap him anyway.
You could, all right.
He'll come up with something for you.
God. Just not my ear. Hit the cheek. Can you just make sure you hit the cheek?
Yes.
Like I don't
yes.
want to.
Well,
I don't want to hurt.
well,
my
you see
ear.
what they wear? They put like cotton balls or something
Yeah.
in their ears
It's
to.
like earplugs or something.
Yeah,
but
something.
Yeah, I don't need to lose my hearing.
No.
But if you smack my cheek, I'll recover.
Get a mouth guard too.
I'll do that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I walk into work with like fucking half my like a missing tooth.
What happened? Lost a bet.
Like a
I'm in the
purple-
power slap league.
Purple Carl,
I'm
are
in
you on
training.
fentanyl again? Like,
I'm in
Again?
training right
not
now.
again. I've never had it. No. Not again.
All right, so
I've never had that. I'm just being honest. No.
So all the
I'm
people
being
out there
silly.
in the world, write in if you want to see this kid get slapped live.
I'll do it.
You heard it there, folks. You heard it there first, folks.
Yes. All right. Another quick question that came up is talking with Boss Man Boss. The Oscars were just announced. So if you were going to be in a movie, who would you have play you in a movie? If you're doing a movie about your
This
life.
is easy.
man.
Well, everyone calls me Diesel, so I got to go
Vin
with Vin
Diesel?
Diesel. I got to go with Vin Diesel. That's
You
what I'm
have a
going.
Trenton Thunder hat and like.
No, I'll just have my head bald like usual, and that's all I need. I've been called Diesel for years now, so
Can you do a Vin Diesel accent?
I don't need to. He's playing me. I'm not playing him.
Or Vin Diesel or Caproni? Who are you picking for your actor?
I think it might be more of like a comedy-based one. So I'm gonna go with Paul Rudd.
I'm going Owen Wilson. Paul Rudd looks nothing
He doesn't
like
look
you.
like me, but like I'm saying,
Dye
like,
his hair blonde
I'm saying
and get a haircut,
I'm
like-
saying persona-wise. I think I'd win like a Paul Rudd.
Okay.
I never thought about for me.
Similar body physique, you know.
I'm thinking for me, he's a little older, but I think the resemblance.
Michael B. Jordan. Yep, nailed it. Looks just like you. Looks just like you.
I'm thinking Paul Giamatti.
Okay.
I
Okay.
was thinking more of a Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, who's the guy? Like,
Really? I can't see that.
It's a personality.
Kramer from
Hold on.
Seinfeld might be a good Carl.
Well, not now. He's like 78 years old, and he doesn't look like that.
I think
But
Michael B. Jordan's spot on.
this is Paul Giamatti. Like,
Yeah.
Look-wise, I think
Yeah.
you pull it off. I don't know about.
He's got to let himself go a little bit to be you.
Yeah,
I can see that.
just fat shame me. I don't know, but who's got my persona out there? Who's like, hey, it's
I don't think-
Carl.
I don't think-
Goldblum.
Yeah, he's got a
Really?
point.
Jeff Goldblum
It's
from
his personality.
Yeah.
from this Jurassic Park.
Yep. I would
Watch
agree-
the
I would
show.
agree with
It's
that.
you.
But
It's you as an old man. It's
I
you.
can't imagine that. Right,
I
no,
mean-
but,
But
all right,
now
I need a
I'm
third.
picturing
I
Michael
need
B. Jordan working at Blockbuster on a movie.
as Carl.
It's
yeah.
got Blockbuster written all over it. Like, it's gonna be a
Conan
big
O'Brien,
film.
maybe?
All right, Conan O'Brien, I can do that. But all right, you need to pick somebody in your 30s to play me. Like, it's got to be a realistic kind of film. What kind of actor in the 30s could play a good
That's
Carl?
tough. Maybe
In their 30s?
Well, I'm in my
Not
30s,
many
so,
people are
like-
bald in their 30s, so that's kind of tough.
Well, they can wear a bald cap.
They could be like 50 playing 30. So.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean, there's CGI and everything these days, you know? Like, they can make anyone look like anything.
like a Michael Cera or something
Yeah.
like that.
I don't even
He's a
know.
little too.
No, yeah, he's a little too dry for you.
Maybe I can't forget his real name.
I'm a little more wet.
Thad Castle. What's his real name?
Oh, Alan Richardson.
Alan Richardson or whatever.
that?
Blue Mountain State.
Alan Richardson.
He's just a
They don't
lunatic.
something like-
No, they don't have.
yeah.
No, we didn't. We
Yeah.
just went off of personality wise.
okay.
Alan Richardson or
Well,
whatever.
they
He's
can
to
get
go
a good.
movie character. I'm sorry, TV character-wise. Real life, who knows?
All right,
what
he's
actually-
handsome. He's pretty handsome.
He's ripped.
He's pretty.
Every
Just
week you're
like
saying-
me.
every-
Just like Carl. I mean, I can't tell the difference.
We'll put it up on screen for.
Yeah.
whoever's watching. Yeah. So
Personality wise, I could see that. If you ever see Blue Mountain State, the dude's a lunatic.
All right. Well, that's
Well,
good.
now, personality-wise, who would you say would be you?
Me? I don't know. Well, I mean, you know, you guys, you know me better than most people. What would you say, personality wise? I don't even know. That's a good question, actually.
I don't know. I think I'm more in looks because if you get a good actor, it looks like something you could train them to like act like whoever.
Well, like, anyone can dye their hair, you know, too.
Yeah, I mean, I'll dye my hair.
Put a wig on,
Scraps that I have left. All right, let's wrap up tonight. This has been a lot of fun. By the way.
Yes.
Let's wrap up with some would you rather questions, then we'll get everybody out
My
of here.
favorite.
All right. Starting with, we'll rotate here.
Okay.
All right. Starting with Donnie B. Would you rather eat a tub of hot sauce or a tub of mayonnaise?
Oh, shit. Well, I love hot sauce. I guess
It's a Mr. Payne hot
Hey,
sauce.
hot sauce.
I'm going mayonnaise. Because that shit hurt. That shit hurt so bad. I think I'm still recovering.
Can you imagine eating a tub of mayonnaise?
You would-
scoop after
oh.
scoop.
Yeah.
But could you imagine a tub of Mr. Payne? You die.
It's
Yes.
some nice protein because there's egg in it.
Yeah, ugh. Ugh. Gross, man.
All right, Caperini, would
right.
you rather have uncontrollable sneezing fits or uncontrollable hiccup fits?
Sneezing. Hiccups are just very uncomfortable.
So you're gonna walk into a room and just be like, ah!
Yeah, I think because because sometimes when you get a good sneeze, it's like so satisfying, but when you hiccup, it's just annoying. As
But this
fuck.
ain't a good sneeze. It's just rapid fire
Uncontrollable.
sneezes.
So you're walking into the supermarket and you're
Sneezing
like,
almost
hey, can I get a pound of cheese?
Oh, wait, hold on. Do you want to be sneezing that much? Especially with everyone like post-COVID and lunatics about sneezing?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll take a sneeze. I'll take a
pick
sneeze right in my face.
Hiccups are just so uncomfortable to me that I would definitely pick sneezing.
Fair enough.
Okay, let's stick with that. Would you, Cabernet, or over here, would you rather never be able to yawn or never be able to sneeze?
Yawn.
You want to yawn?
Never be able to yawn, you said, right?
Yeah, yawn. I don't, there's no attachment to
No,
yawn.
but that feeling you have to sneeze and you can't.
It loosens.
Yeah.
Yeah, not be able to sneeze when you have to is torturous.
I'm usually trying to cover the yawn. Because usually it's at, like, work or
Yeah.
in a...
Yeah,
Like
I have to
like-
sneeze. I have to sneeze.
Where I'm like... And they're, like, talking about something that's a little dry, and I'm like...
Yep. That 2:30 meeting for no reason.
Yep, that's when I go to Wawa and get my
Yeah.
triple shot with my wrap, and it gets boosted. I feel great. I'm right back to normal again. All right, Caparoni, would you rather eat ice cream with ketchup or a banana with ketchup?
That's
What
all
kind?
right.
Can I pick any ice cream flavor I want?
You can pick whatever you
No,
want.
I'd pick the ice cream.
Really? It mixes
Which
together.
one helps?
You didn't say how
Which
much.
flavor?
You didn't say how much. It has to be in it, though. I just put a little dab of ketchup.
All right,
in
all right,
there.
all right. It's enough to make you uncomfortable on both situations. You have to like
See,
douse the
I
banana in
was-
ketchup.
I
You gotta
was
eat
still-
I would say one serving of ice cream with ketchup all over
I think
it.
I would still pick the ice cream because like banana, it's just a banana. Whereas ice cream, there's like different variations you could try to like have cover up the taste.
That's
of it.
what might make it worse.
I think it would make it worse. Banana, see, the thing is, we were talking about this off set. It doesn't mix in with a banana.
So why don't you just have a cup of milk with ketchup in it?
I'm gonna stick with ice cream.
I'm doing banana on that one.
Gross.
Yeah.
Oof. I don't know if I could do that.
All right,
All right,
get it
Donnie
going.
B, would you rather clean out some belly button lint or peel off a sheet of skin from a sunburn?
Oh, that's an
This
easy
is
one
easy. I'm taking the sunburn.
For me. I agree on that
Really?
one.
Don't you remember me at Modell's that one time?
That is-
When my forehead, I would squeeze it and it was just like a layer of dead
Yeah,
skin.
that is so satisfying sometimes peeling off something.
Yeah. What was the other question? I forget already. What was the first part of that?
Belly button lint. I mean,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I mean, there's no feeling for that.
You know, actually, no. I'll go belly button lint because that's just done.
There's no, there's pain that gets sunburned.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah.
pain with belly button.
I'm taking that belly button lint out in 2 seconds and being over with. Yeah. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah. Caparini, we'll do two more for each of you. Okay? Would you rather clog a toilet on a first date or the first day of a new job?
Oh, it's easy.
I was gonna say first day of a new job because
Yeah.
it's easier to hide it. Probably you just pretend you didn't do it.
That's what I said to Boss Man Boss off camera. I was like, well, if I'm in like a big office building, I could just like run away and nobody.
Also, though-
Here's my counter argument. Now, is that her house or at the restaurant?
Well, it's like,
At her
if
house,
you're at
of
her
course.
house, there's no escaping
Yeah,
that.
no, that's. I want to
You
feel the
can't
embarrassment. That's what it is.
It's like what was the movie where the guy goes to the girl's house, they're on a date, clogs the toilet, and just starts stuffing all the stuff. It's
Oh,
another movie too.
what was that?
Was it something about Mary? Or no,
That's where he
Along
zippered
Came-
his cock.
Along
up
Came
in,
Polly.
It was
Yeah.
Along Came Polly. They went to the Indian restaurant, and he got back to her place, like literally about to crap his pants, and like he goes in the bathroom. There's no toilet paper, so he's using like everything to do it, and all of a sudden you see like toilet water like shoot under.
I think I'd rather shit myself at her house
Yep.
than clog her toilet because at least like, yo, I fucked up. But if I clog the toilet and I leave that with her, she's gonna hate me.
Especially when it's Jennifer Aniston's house too. Man.
Yeah, I'm just shitting myself and getting
I'll
out
tell
of
you
there.
this: if you shit yourself at their house and you're able to get or clog your toilet and you're able to get through that and maintain the relationship, get married.
Actually, I have a lot of questions. Like,
Get-
why
get
are you
married.
putting up with that? Like,
That-
why is
that's-
that
that's
normal
a
to
winner.
you?
That's
Is that your
It's a
initial
winning-
test for any girl, Carl? You
That's
just-
the-
Is that how you got your wife to marry you?
Did you clog Natalie's
I went
toilet?
to her parents' house. I shit in their house and clogged it. Yes, and then
And
I
then
went
she made no
upstairs
big deal.
and took a baseball bat to one of the rooms, and I came downstairs.
You know what
and-
I would do? You know what I would
that?
do? So I get very grossed out with shit. Like, if I have to plunge my own shit, disgusting.
You know, you tell me this, I'm going to make you do it on one of these episodes.
If I clogged my girlfriend's toilet, 100% leaving it. Because I'll tell you this right now. If I'm up there trying to plunge it, she's gonna hear me yakking. So I'm leaving it, bro. I'm leaving it and I'm never mentioning. I'm like, yo,
How'd that shit get there?
I'm like, I don't know. Your house is haunted. It wasn't me. I'm like, are you cheating on me? Who else was here?
Someone must have broken into your house.
Oh.
Mailman.
Your mail-
Somebody's broken.
Oh.
You got a poop bandage.
I'm leaving it.
Call the police. Somebody broke in.
That ain't mine. I'm leaving it. Get that out all over.
Oh. All right, I think that's enough.
Okay.
That's enough.
Well, on that note, we'll end there.
Just in the bathroom. Yeah, I had to go in the bathtub.
We're not going to top that. We'll end that there.
All right.
Ooh.
Let's take a deep breath.
Oh, God.
All right. And count to 4. All right. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Thank you, folks, for tuning in for this very outrageous episode of Boston Out. Follow us wherever you get your podcasts: Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts. YouTube, if you want to get a glimpse of all this right here, and you're missing out on some stuff. I think I just spit my
Yeah, this show took a turn. It took a turn.
But throw us a like on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, wherever you get your content. Twitter. We'll see you next time here on Boss It Out. We'll see you. Peace. Let's try that again. For the Caparoni CB, alongside the one and only Donnie B, and our main man, Caparoni AD. We'll see you next time on Boss It Out. Peace.